Hello there, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing well. Yeah, it's another match video for the game between Chelsea versus Leeds. Actually, Chelsea travel down to the Ellen Road tomorrow to take on Leeds United, and this is the test that we're always talking about, where we hope that Chelsea, it's not having dropped a dominant performance against Arsenal in the weekend. We hope that they'll be able to keep up with the energy and actually start to pick up points and win matches like this game that we're about to talk about in this video. So stick around as we dive into it. So guys, welcome back to the channel. Yeah, so Enzo Maresca has hinted that he's going to heavily rotate tomorrow because he needs to manage the fitness of the players. He also made comments as regards whether Cole Palmer will be starting in the game or if he's going to be having any minutes against Leeds United. So yeah, he also talked about, because we're also going to be missing out on Moses Caicedo due to the red card that he got against Arsenal in the weekend. Caicedo is due to miss 3 games, namely this Leeds United, Bournemouth, and I think is that Everton, or I need to check the table. I mean the fixtures to be sure of it. I think it's either Everton or Newcastle, but whichever way, Mrs. Caicedo is due to miss 3 games, and I'm not bothered. It actually gives him time to rest because we all know that Mrs. Caicedo has been playing through injury around his knee, just like Enzo Fernandez. So this is just another room or an opportunity for him to rest and be fresh and maybe take part in the Champions League games against Atlanta and the like. So that's basically it. And then we'll also talk about Cole Palmer. He also made mention that Cole Palmer is available to start. The reason why Cole Palmer wasn't allowed to take part was because of the red card that Chelsea got owing to Moses Caicedo. However, and that would have been very difficult for him. He wants a situation whereby Cole Palmer can come into the team and not have to be pressured to do so much and then run the risk of getting injured and all that. So he hinted that Cole Palmer is likely to start and all that. And then he also made comments because Saraya was very, very good. I love the way the kind of questions that Saraya always posts. She asked Enzo Maresca as regards the management of Reece James, and he said he didn't want to give up. He didn't want to give out too much, so he said, "I will see." But then we need to manage the fitness of Reece James and all that because he's played quite a lot of games and needs to be watched carefully so we don't run the risk of losing. And I actually agree with him. And to think that the truth of the matter is we actually have enough to be able to cover for him. We also have Malagusto. We also have Josh Achiempong, who can also play in the right back and maybe even slot into the midfield, just like Reece James does. He might not play or carry out the job as good as or as effective as Reece James, but we know that he's going to be able to do. These guys will be able to do a good job. And then he talked about. I think did he? What else is that? He talked about Leeds United as well. That's Falca. What I think that's the name of the coach. Correct me in the comment section below if I have butchered his name. The coach of Leeds United, and says that the coach has used series of formations from the days of Norwich and well over 200 if I'm not mistaken and all that, and is unsure of how he's going to take on Leeds United. However, the most important thing is that we're going to be up and ready for Leeds United, and this is where I have a problem with Chelsea, because in the last few seasons, Chelsea they go toe to toe against top teams, just like they did against Arsenal. But where we need to be finishing off teams like Leeds United and all, and this is no disrespect to them, Chelsea tend to falter and all that. And Saraya asked if why Chelsea actually have drop in intensity when they play against smaller teams and all that. Is it owing to fitness and all that? And he says that every team have different going against different teams. Chelsea have to study. Yeah, they have to do their own work and all that. Going against different teams require different pattern, different strokes for different situations and all that. That's majorly what Maresca alluded to rather. So I think that's basically everything that he touched on. That's very important and all that. And then he said, and Andre Santos is going to be ready to slot into the lineup in the stead of Moises Caicedo. So yeah, that's basically everything. And this is where I have a problem. I'm scared about Leeds because Leeds is also a rival game. Okay, they're not too far off Chelsea, and we've always had this rivalry for a very long time. And what do I expect of this game? What do I expect of Chelsea? What do I expect of Enzo Maresca? Uh, the most important thing. I don't see right now. Chelsea have a lot of the players are running thin and running out of gas and all that, and this is where Maresca will have to push the boys and know how to manage the squad so that we don't run the risk of injury. But what do I expect from this game? I expect 3 points, no excuses, because there's no point going toe to toe against the big dogs and then where teams like Leeds United and the rest, and then we start to falter and make a mess of it. People will not see us as a serious team. We need to send out messages that while we're able to stand and go toe to toe against teams like Arsenal and all that, we are also able to finish off teams like Leeds United and the rest. And it starts now. Okay, we cannot afford to be dropping silly points where we need to be picking up all the points that are there. Otherwise, we'll be slipping away from the table and going further away from Arsenal. And we need to start sending messages that we are ready to challenge for the title. And without wasting much of our time, I'm going to take us down into my predicted lineup and why I have gone with this one. So, guys, this is my lineup. This is what I would go with. Okay, against Leeds tomorrow, and Sanchez in goal. Listen, I don't want to rest Sanchez right now and all that, and run the risk of having Jorgensen start all in the name of resting Sanchez, and then he ends up dropping a ball, doing a bozo moment tomorrow. So Sanchez has been doing quite well, and he's a goalkeeper. He doesn't need so much rest. So I'll stick with Sanchez in goal, and then I'll go with Badiashile and Josh Archiempong. Badiashile, we can always trust him when he's fit and ready for this game. But Josh Archiempong, I don't know. The reason I'm going with Archiempong instead of Chaluba or Tosin is one for Chaluba. Chaluba needs to rest. He's been playing quite a lot of games, and you want to use this game to give him the room to rest. And I'm picking Achempong to replace Chaluba because Chaluba needs Achempong is fast and his recovery pace is very important for the Leeds United attack because these guys Leeds are very fast, especially on transition and all that. And you don't want to start Tosin, who's very very slow, and Tosin have this problem of recovery. So although we need Tosin's line breaking passes and all that, but we need the pace of Achempong. And while Badiashile can do the line breaking pass and all that and invert and all that, so I think it's a combination of Badiashile and Achempong will do the job. And then Maresca, I agree that he needs to rest Reece James. give Reece James the rest for tomorrow. Let him stay away from the game tomorrow, and allow Malugus to play, and Hato, because Cucurella as well also need to rest. Cucurella has played quite a large number of games, and if we do not manage him, we'll end up losing him to injury. So Hato can play this one, and goes to play on the right, and then Santos coming in place of Caicedo due to the red card and all that. And this is just going to be a good opportunity for Santos to stake a claim for himself going forward. And the team is quite competitive, so there's no room for error. Santos is having an opportunity to play, and I hope that he's going to grab it and drop another man of the match performance like he did in the previous match. And then Enzo Fernandez will do what he needs to do as a captain and all that. And then for Cole Palmer, who's going to be playing ahead of them, I had to think hard for this one, because I don't know if starting Cole Palmer for this game is the best call, best judgment, or having Cole Palmer come on in the second half. However, we need to have some sort of creativity, and Cole Palmer is just that creative person or player that we need coming from there. Otherwise, we would have gone with Joao Pedro, but Joao Pedro also needs to rest, and Cole Palmer will just come back from injury. I hope that he doesn't get injured starting, because the intensity is always also going to be another thing for someone who's been out for quite some time. And then Garnacho on the left, who has a knack for scoring against teams like smaller teams in the table and all that. And I'm thinking, or I believe that Garnacho is also going to be getting on the score sheet tomorrow. And then Pedro Neto. Ideally, I would have rested Pedro Neto, but we need Pedro Neto's recovery pace and defensive contribution from the right hand side. So Pedro Neto is also going to be playing from the right, and then Liam Delap. If Cole Palmer starts tomorrow, I'm tipping Liam Delap to score his first Premier League game tomorrow against Leeds United. And if there needs to be a change in the second half, and then you can bring on Tosin or Chaloba or Cucurella, and even Gittins or Maguire and all that. So the reason I'm not going Maguire is because on the long term, Delap is going to be the leading striker and all that. And so we also need to give Maguire a run of games for him to get fit and grow into his role as a striker for Chelsea. So that's basically my predicted lineup for the game and all that. And now it leads me to the score prediction. What do I think the score prediction is going to be? After the game against Arsenal, you would think that going against Leeds United will be a piece of cake, but we all know that it's different medicine for different solutions for different problems. What do I think the scoreline is going to be? Okay, I'm just going to go what my heart tells me. I'm tipping Chelsea 3, Leeds United 1. Yep, I said it. Even though it's a rivalry game, I still tip Chelsea to score 3 and Leeds United scoring a consolation goal. So 3-1 in favor of Chelsea. Let me know what you guys think about this and everything that I've said, and what you guys think as regards to what Maresca said during the press conference, and what you guys think the scoreline will be. Yeah, I'll be here to give you guys my match reaction, and hopefully Chelsea do not fumble this, because I'm going to be fuming if Chelsea do fumble it, let alone lose. So yeah, I'll be here to give you guys my match reaction. If there's anything that comes up before then, I'll be here to share with you guys. So check out this space and turn on your notification bell so that you are notified as soon as my match or my video is posted. And don't forget to like the video and please share. Okay, please share. And yeah, I want you guys to help me get to 3,000. We're already closing to 2,000. So I want you guys to help me share this video and grow this channel. Yeah, the channel belongs to all of us. So I need you guys to help me help the channel grow. Until we meet again, it's Chelsea first, rivals next. Peace.